Assalamu alaikum my dear students of class 10. Today I shall discuss chapter 7 looping in JavaScript. Now already I have discussed about JavaScript in your earlier chapter 6 introduction to JavaScript. Now I am just giving a little bit introduction to that one also, that JavaScript is a scripting language which is used with the HTML web pages, and basically JavaScript are used with HTML pages, HTML text. So most of the text of HTML combined with the JavaScript, and it is because it helps the web browser to manipulate the browser and its contents, which is not possible with HTML itself. So basically there are some things for manipulating the browser and its contents, so we cannot do it with the help of HTML. So this we can do with the help of JavaScript. And another thing, that the tags, the commands of the JavaScript are always placed within the tag script, within this tag script and script. So we place a JavaScript commands or tags within this script, and script is obviously, you can see a script is a content element because it is both on and off. Now coming to chapter number 7, looping in JavaScript. What do you mean by looping? Looping, the word looping means repetition, or we can say that for a same set of things we want that it should repeat. So this is looping. Sometimes we want to execute a same set of code repeatedly. For this purpose, a looping statement is used. Suppose if you want a same set of statement to repeatedly execute, then we'll use the looping statement. A loop is a sequence of instruction that may be repeatedly executed. And loop means what? It is a sequence of instruction and that is repeatedly executed. A loop statement contains a condition that determines when the loop will terminate. And another thing, a loop statement will have a condition that when the loop will terminate. I am just showing an example. Say this one, say 1 into, say not 1, let me take the multiplication table of a, say 2, multiplication table of 2. 2 into 1, 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4, 2 into 5, 2 into 6, 2 into 7, say like this. Here, if I take this part as the variable I and this part as variable j, so it is what? I into j. I into j. This part as I and this part as j. Here, so let me complete it. 2 into 8, 2 into 9, 2 into 10. Okay. Now one thing is saying that what? I is fixed, but this it is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means what? This particular statement I am repeatedly executing. You just see here, I am executing the same statement. This statement I am repeatedly executing, I am taking, or you can say like this, 2 into, if I take 2 into j, so I am repeatedly executing this, and my condition is what? J is equal to 1 to 10. So what is j? J is equal to 1 to 10. So what is j doing? The starting condition is 1 and it will stop at 10. So it is something like this. So it is repeatedly executing. So this is loop. It will more clear to you. I will also show you with the help of some example. I have just given a small example. Another thing, a loop always consists of three statements. One is initialization, another is condition, another is increment or decrement. So a loop basically consists of three statements: initialization, condition, increment or decrement. Say for my earlier example, if I take this one, 2 into j, so j is initialized at 1. This is initialization. Next is what? Condition. J is less than equal to 10. As in my earlier I show you 2 into 1, 2 into 2, it was up to 2 into 10. So j starts from 1 and j stops at 10. If you are not clear, then I am just showing another time. 2 into 2, 2 into 3, 2 into 4, 2 into 5, 2 into 6, 2 into 7, 2 into 8, 2 into 9, 2 into 10. See here, j, if this is 2 and this part is say j, this is j. So j starts at 2, j ends at 10. So our looping consists of what? Three statements. Initialization. Initialization, where does it start? So j start, this is initialization. Initialization. J is, you can see here, j is less than or equal to 10. This is my condition. Now first the value of j was 1. Next the value of j become 2. Next the value of j become 3. So this is done with the help of increment or decrement. So here I have done increment. It is if I give j plus plus. If you remember earlier also I have discussed in my earlier chapter about increment or decrement. Increment means increase, decrement means decrease. J plus plus. So the meaning of j plus plus is j plus plus means j is equal to j plus 1. You can just see here, the initial value of j was 1. Initial value of j was 1. Now what will be the next value of j? So if it is j plus plus, so earlier j was 1. So 1 plus 1, it will become what? 2. Okay, it has become 2. So after 2, what is the next value of j? So what was the last value of j? It was 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, what is the next value of j? The earlier value of j was 3. So it is 3 plus 1, 4. So it will go on this increment or decrement. This here it is increment. This increment will go on continuing until the condition. What is my condition here? My condition here is j is less than or equal to 10. So when the value of j becomes 10, it will stop execution. This is all about loop. Okay, so the loop consists of three statements: initialization, condition, and this is increment. So it is basically increment, decrement. So here it is increment, here it is increment. A loop comprises of three statements: initialization, condition, and increment or decrement statement. There are basically three types of loop. They are while loop, do while loop, and for loop. So there are three types of loop in JavaScript, not only JavaScript, basically in most of the programming languages. So this is the most important loop: the while loop, do while loop, and for loop. Now I think this part is clear to you. So when I go on more continue, will get more, and you will get understanding more. So the general format of while loop is the general format of while loop is like this: while condition, then the this, then we have statement. While condition, statement. This is the general syntax of while statement. While condition, statement. I am just showing. Okay, this statement, this part will repeatedly execute as long as the condition is true. As long as the condition is true, this part will execute. When the condition becomes false, it will stop executing. This is the most important point you have to remember. In loop, whenever, until and unless the condition is true, the loop will execute. When the condition becomes false, the loop or the program will stop execution. So I am showing an example. I am writing the whole JavaScript code. So as we know that the first line is like this: sign of exclamation, doc type HTML, then we'll write HTML, then we may give head or we may not give, then we have the body. So I'm directly going to body. Okay, as we know that basically in HTML there are two important parts: one is head, another is body. So I'm not giving any title or head, I'm directly going to body. Now as I am using JavaScript, so I'll write what? Script language. Script language is equal to JavaScript. Within double inverted comma I will write JavaScript. Then you will write what? Type. Type is equal to text oblique JavaScript. Then you get double inverted comma. It is there in your book also. So I think you will be getting, I am bringing it down, text oblique JavaScript, double inverted close. Okay, so these are actually this up to this part. For every JavaScript program we should write this: doc type HTML, what is then HTML body, JavaScript language is equal to JavaScript, type is equal to text oblique JavaScript. Now next I have to declare a variable. So I am declaring like this: var x is equal to 1. This here I have given the value of x as 1. This is known as initialization. Whenever I give a starting value of a variable, this is known as initialization. Now while x less than equal to 10, this is condition. While less than, what is my condition? That it will go on showing the result. Document dot write, say I am writing number is plus I am giving, it will come from x. Number is x. Then then I will give the br also, plus, because it will come in new line. You have to it should come in new line. Then br, then x plus. Then let me close it. Okay, first I will close script of script. As I given script, see I am just offing the script then I will off body, and then I will off HTML. Okay, now I am trying to make you this program understand. Up to here, I think, is it clear? Come from here. Here I have declared a variable. The name of the variable is x, and I initialize the variable at 1. This means what? The starting value of x is 1. And as I have discussed in my earlier class also, document.write command is used to display the output. Whenever we want to display the output, we will use the command, the statement document.write. So document.write number is, the output will be like this. Number is. Now come here. What is the, see, this is initialization. Var x is equal to 1 means the starting value of x is what? 1. While x less than equal to 10, this is condition. This is condition. That means what? The value of x should either be less than 10 or it should be equal to 10. It should not be, the value should not be more than 10. This is my condition. So as I have discussed to you earlier that loop consists of 3 statements: initialization, condition, another is increment or decrement. So see here, this is initialization. Var x is equal to 1 is initialization, while x less than equal to 10 is the condition. This means what? The value of x should not be greater than 10. Document.write, we use the statement document.write for displaying the output. Document.write number is, and as we know that anything within document.write, if you write within double inverted comma, same thing is displayed in the output. Here I have written what? Number is. So same thing, number is, will be displayed in the output. This is the output. This is the output. Number is plus. Basically in JavaScript we use this plus symbol for combining 2 statements, more than 1 statement. So number is, then I give what? X. What is the starting value of x? The starting value of x is what? 1. So it will show like this. Number is 1. After that we have br tag, this br command. So the br command, this tag is used for breaking line. So it will come to next line. Next you see what? X plus plus. As I have told you earlier that x plus plus means x is equal to x plus 1. Now what was the starting value of x? The starting value of x was 1. After the program gets this statement, encounters this statement, so it will become what? 2, because the starting value of x was 1. So 1 plus 1 means 2. So the value of, what is the present value of x now? The present value of x is now 2. Next, it will come here. From here it will come here. Whether 2, the value of x is what? 2. Whether 2, I forgot to tell you earlier also, it checks like this. Say in the starting point, say 1, the value of x was 1. So it will check here whether 1 is less than or equal to 10. So whether it is true or false. As I told you that in while loop, the statement here, this is the statement. This is the statement. This is the statement. the statement will repeatedly execute as long as the condition is true. So I am again starting var x is equal to 1. Okay, the value of x is 1. Now come here. What is the value of x? 1. Whether 1 is less than equal to 10, whether it is true or false, whether 1 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true because 1 is less than 10. So my condition is what? The statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. So it is true. Then the statement will execute. Number is, what is the value of x? 1. Number is 1. Then it will come here. Then it will come here. X plus plus. So it becomes what? X plus plus. It becomes, earlier value was 1. 1 plus 1, 2. It will go here, 2. Now presently the value of x is 2. Whether 2 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true or false? 2 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true because 2 is obviously less than 10. So I have told you what? The statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. So it will come to statement. Number is what? 2. Number is 2. Then it will come here. What was the last value of x? The last value of x was 2. So x plus 2 plus 1, 3. 3. It will go here. Now 3. The value of x is 3. Whether 3 is less than equal to 10. Obviously 3 is less than 10. So it is true. It will come here. Number is what? X. Number is 3. Number is 3. Then break line means you to go to new line. Now what was the last value of x? It was 3. X plus plus, it will become 3 plus 1, 4. 4. So it will come here 4. Whether 4 is less than equal to 10. So it is true or false? It is true because 4 is obviously less than 10. So I just remember one point. The statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, the program will stop or the statement will not execute. Now come here. My value of x was 4. Whether 4 is less than 10, 4 is less than 10, so it is true. So it will execute. So number is 4. Number is 4. Then we got BR. It will come to new line. Then again come here. What was the last value of x? It was 4. 4. So it will become, see here, x plus plus 4 plus 1, 5. Now come here. Whether 5 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true because 5 is less than. I have told what? 5 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true. And I told, again telling, the condition, the statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. Still my condition is true. So it will show number is, it will come here, number is 5. Number is 5. I think you understand. So it will go up to where? Up to, it will go on like this. 5. Then number is 6. Number is 7. Number is 8. Number is 9. Number is 10. Now come to, this is very interesting. Okay. So it will show. Actually, बड़ा कर ले मैंने एक program जगह है ना program का. So now see here. Like this, it has come up to 10. Now, last I showed it, number is 10. New line. Now, x plus plus. 10 plus 1. 10 plus 1 is what? 11. See, x plus 10 plus 1, 11. So, it will go, number is 6, number is 7, number is 8, 9, number is 10. Lastly, 10 plus 1 will now come to condition. Come here. 11 less than equal to 10. Whether 11 is less than 10? No. Whether 11 is equal to 10? No. So whether the condition is true or false, the condition is false now. So it will stop executing here. It will stop executing here because my condition was the statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. So it will stop executing here. I hope you understand to here. If you understand up to this while loop to here, you will easily understand the do while loop and the for loop. Now let me come to do while loop. So let me come to do while loop. The general format of do while loop is like this. Do, let me erase this part up because I am not erasing this one because I will do the same program, okay, using do while. The general is do, then what? After do it is statement, then while condition. Just see one thing here. In my earlier case, in while, it was what? While condition, then within bracket statement. In do while what? Do. Then we have statement and the condition is last. For this reason, the while loop is known as entry control loop. Entry control means what? When the condition is before statement, it is known as entry control loop, and if the condition is after statement, it is known as exit control loop. See here, in do while loop, my condition is after statement, so it is what? Entry or exit? So it will be exit. Remember one thing, if the condition is before statement, it is known as entry. It is this one, see, entry control loop, and if the condition is after statement, is known as exit control loop. See a do while loop. So while loop is entry control loop, do while is exit control loop. Now let me do the same program using do while loop. So same output. So see how I am doing. Let me maybe in Blackboard the picture, because I am doing the whole program in a single Blackboard, you may be getting if you get a little bit confusion, similar program is there but little bit different is there in your book, page number figure 7.1, and the output is in figure 7.2. You can see this, okay. So I am doing the same program with the help of do while loop, and the general format is do statement, after statement is condition. So let me erase, it will be as it is, okay. So I will write just here do. See here, I am just writing here do, then give the bracket. This was my statement, okay. Condition is what? Do statement, then it was my increment, it was here what? X plus plus. You can also compare the Albia program with this one also. Then I will close this one, then let me close this one, then I write in the condition. Condition is what? While x less than equal to 10. This is my condition, and rest all are same. Of script, of body, and of HTML. See here, do statement, increment, then condition. Do statement, condition. So in but one thing is there, in every loop there must be an initialization, there must be a condition, and there must be a increment or decrement operator. Same, this is known as initialization. Var x is equal to 1, document dot write number is x. What is the value of x now? 1. Number is 1. Br, go to new line. Then increment x plus plus. So the last value of x was 1, x plus plus, it will become 2. It will become 2. Now it is checking whether 2 is less than equal to 10. So it is true or false? 2 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true, because 2 is less than 10. So it is true. And I told you what, same in do while loop also, the statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. If the condition becomes false, the program will stop execution. The statement will not execute. So my condition is what? 2. 2 is obviously less than 10. So it will come from here, it will come from do. It will go here, number is 2. Then BR means new line. Then x plus plus. Now earlier value was 2, so it will become 3. Now it will check here whether 3 is less than equal to 10. So it is true. 3 is obviously less than 10. So it will go here, number is what? 3. It will become 4. Now 4 is less than equal to 10. Definitely 4 is less than 10. Yes, it is true. So it will go on step to 9. It has gone to 9, up to 9. So number is 9. Then it has come here. Then x plus plus. 9 means 9 plus 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Whether 10 is less than or equal to 10. So 10 is equal to 10. So it will show number is 10. Then it will again go here. It will show number is 10. Then it will come here. X plus plus. 10 plus 1, 11. Whether now it will come here. 11 less than equal to 10. Whether 11 is less than or equal to 10. So it is true or false. The condition is false here now. Now see the condition, because 11 is neither equal to 10 nor less than 10. So it will stop execution and our program will also stop here. Hope you have understood up to here. While loop and do while loop. Just see the difference. In the while loop, the condition was before statement. In the do while loop, the condition is at the last after statement, and always the increment or decrement is after the statement earlier also. So for this reason, the for loop is known as while loop is known as entry control loop, and do while is known as exit. It means the condition is at last, so it is exit, and in while loop the condition is before, it is known as entry control loop. Now let us come to another type of loop, and which is, according to me, which is the easiest type of loop, the for loop. Achha, here another thing I am just showing you. In while loop, even your one was checked. Another difference between while and do while is that if the condition is false in do while loop, even if the condition is false, the statement will execute once. Here, do statement, say my condition is false. Still then, my statement will execute once. Why? Because my condition is after statement. So remember one point. In do while loop, even if we know that whenever the condition becomes false, the statement will not execute, except in do while loop. In do while loop, if the condition is false also, the statement will at least execute once. The statement will, because why? Because your statement is before condition. Now come to for loop. In for loop, the for loop is used to repeat statement, and the general format of for loop is like this. The general form of for loop is like this. For initialization, initialization semicolon condition semicolon increment or decrement, and then after that statement. This is the general format of for loop. The general format of for loop is what? For initialization semicolon condition semicolon increment, means all initialization, condition and increment or decrement all are inside into a same common bracket in case of for loop. For this reason, I am personally feeling of this loop the easiest one is the for loop. So how can I write? See here, in case of for loop, it was just erased. Let me write it, document dot write. Okay, see here I do not need separately. I can initialize it earlier also. I can do it like this also. Var x for x is equal to 1. So this was my, in earlier case I will like this, var x is equal to 1. Here the initialization I am taking inside the for loop. For x is equal to 1, x less than, then condition, see, initial the condition x less than equal to 10 semicolon x plus plus. Finished. Finished. Up to here. Then we'll just close script. Then we'll close off body and then off HTML. Just here, the initialization, condition and increment decrement are all inside into a common body. In case of for loop, in case of for loop, the first expression is initialization and it initializes the value. So here I have initialized it to 1. Next condition is the condition, or it is also known as, other name is what? Test expression. It is also known as, the condition is also known as test expression. So this condition, see, x is less than equal to 10, and then the third part is increment or decrement, whether it will increase or decrease. So here I am increasing it, and then we have the body of the loop. This is the body of the loop. Okay, the statement. And okay, I am showing you how it works. Var x is equal to 1. Okay, the value of x is 1. Now whether 1 is less than or equal to 10, so 1 is less than, it is true. In for loop also, the statement will execute repeatedly as long as the condition is true. When the condition becomes false, the statement stops execution. So x equal to 1, whether 1 is less than or equal to 10, so 1 is obviously less than 10, so number is 1. Then it will go to new line, then it will again come, it will come to increment. It will come to increment. So the value of x will become now 2, because x plus 1, so from 1 it will become 2. So whether 2 is less than 10, so it is true. So it goes on like that, other case also. So for me, the easiest one is the for loop of this 3 loop, and just go through the steps to understand the control of flow in for loop. Firstly, the initialization expression is executed. Then number 2, then the text expression is checked. If it is true, the loop continues. This is known as loop. Loop continues, otherwise the loop ends and the body of the loop is skipped. And finally, whatever is specified is incremented or decremented and is executed. So this is up to your chapter number 7. Another thing I want to say you, as decision made by the Sheva, your break statement. You can see page number 133. The break statement and the continue statement is not there in your syllabus, so we can skip these 2 points, 2 topics. Break statement and continue statement is not there in syllabus, so I am just stopping here. So up to, basically we will discuss up to page number 133 up to working of the for loop. Hope you have understand. If you have any confusion, then you can just call me. I think you know the timing of call and for any confusion. And in the next class, I will be showing you the practical demonstration of the looping. Okay, thank you. Assalamu alaikum.